How's it going, y'all? Rowdy Riles back with another video. I am super duper excited for this one because I have made customs. I have tried to update my own and make it accurate to the show because I really like the show that I'm talking about and the character that I'm talking about. It is, of course, the Mandalorian Din Djarin, and it's so funny that we get the perfect version of Mando from Book of Boba Fett because he completely stole the show because that show sucked. And it was great to see Mando. It was great to get those episodes. So with all that being said, let's take a closer look at the box. Then we'll get this bad boy open. Taking a look at the box at the top, Star Wars The Black Series. We are back to the classic open window in plastic, which is amazing. I am so glad to see it. You know what else is amazing? This figure. I'm not going to stop saying it because I am so hyped. He looks like an import. Like SH Figure Arts, Mafex, suck it. This one's supreme. Like I can already tell. I don't have those, but just based on proportions and what the characters, but I'm getting into it. Star Wars, The Book of Boba Fett down there at the bottom. The Mandalorian, Glavis Ringworld. It was hard to get him. He sold out pretty quick, but I managed to scoop him. On this side, we get some sick, nasty artwork of Mando holding the dark saber. It looks a little heavy for him. I wonder why that is. We've got that pale green, the Mandalorian, Glavis Ringworld. On the back, Star Wars, The Black Series, the Mandalorian, the same artwork once again. He is number 8 in the Book of Boba Fett. After entrusting Luke Skywalker with Grogu's care, the Mandalorian, known to few as Din Djarin, sets off to learn more about the origins of his people. I really flubbed that. Sorry, y'all. On this side, we once again have that open window with the stripe down there at the bottom in Star Wars The Black Series. So with all of that being said, I can bring you in warm or I can bring you in cold. So we've got that plastic packaging, so you know what that means. We just take rid of the little tapey tape, get rid of it down at the bottom, and then we should be able to slide him out of his little cardboard and plastic prison. And we will have the best, hands down, Mando in our hands, which I am super psyched about because he looks so freaking cool. You can tell I'm fangirling a little bit. There he is out of the cardboard. Here is our Glavis Ringworld Mando out of the box. You can see he looks really cool. It's all new sculpt. There is no reuse here. You would think that there would be, but nope. They actually did the work and put in all new sculpts, especially on that helmet, which is where the main problem was. The jetpack is new too. I went and compared it all. I'll show you in the comparisons as well. But the detail on this is great. The scaling is great. That helmet looks like it's actually a helmet. There is a head sculpt underneath. I don't know whose it is. It's probably Boba Fett's. Who are we kidding? But we got new shoulder pads on those floating rings, so they get out of the way. It's, you know, newly sculpted, sized properly. We've got those new shin pieces, the new knee guards, all this great stuff. He's a really cool figure, and I am super duper happy to have him. Checking out his height, let's see how high Mando stands. He stands at just over 6 inches. So I'd say that's right with the helmet being on. Pedro Pascal's not the tallest, he's not the shortest, so it works. Plus it's always body doubles and stuntmen under the armor. Who are we kidding? Going over the accessories, first of all, let me grab him a little bit closer so you can see. First of all, we do have a new jetpack. It is not the same jetpack. It actually fits on there pretty well. As you saw, it was a little rough for me to get off, but you can see they're different. The top is different, the bottom is different, shiny silver plastic instead of a dull gray. So yeah, really nice to see new sculpt on that. Then of course we also get the dark saber, and where is the old one? It is also completely new. Let go of yours, Bo-Katan. Completely new. You can see the blade is different. It is a little bit wider. The handle is a little bit bigger and wider. And the main giveaway down here is that we have a little clasp that goes on Mando's belt. So the blade is removable. It will go onto his belt. So yeah, dark saber jetpack, completely new. Then of course, we also get Mando's handy blaster, which is also, once again, completely new. It's a little bit bigger than the older one. So the newer one is right here, the older one is right here. As you can see, the handle actually has a wood grain on this one. It is the same blaster, it's just sculpted accurately and sized more accurately. And the holster is also different as well. There's no clasp on it, which is cool. And what else do we have for accessories? We also have down here in his boot a tiny little vibroblade, which is really cool. And it does just slide right back in to a little leg holster. And yeah, that's it for the accessories. But gosh, look how shiny and cool he looks. I love I love this figure, probably my new favorite Black Series figure if I'm being honest, other than Ahsoka, because I love Mando. Also, in case you were wondering before we go into the comparisons, the flame effects do fit into the bottom of the jetpack, but I just pegged it in there kind of loosely, so if you were wondering, you can have them posed up. But I also wanted to point out that, for once, if you wanted to, you could display his gun with him, because this actually pegs into his back, unlike with the older Mando figures. So yeah, lots of neat little features on this amazing Mando figure. Going over the articulation, starting at the helmet, you can see we do have nice range of movement on that ball peg, side to side, forward, backward. Not the best, but it is pretty good. Shoulders come up over 90 degrees, so that is nice. They do not rotate all around because this free floating shoulder gets in the way, but we have a single joint down there. We do actually have a hinge, not a hinge, but that turns so you can shoot as whispering birds, and then we have a side-to-side hinge on that wrist. We have very, very light torso movement, not a whole lot on there. On this side, this does not move, but we do have an up-down peg for shooting his blaster. Leg comes forward about that far, back about that far to the side. Single hinge with a boot swivel. There is a thigh cut as well, and then coming down, we do have those rockers. No boot cut, but that's because it rotates at the knee. So basic Black Series articulation, although it is much better than the older Mando figure because it's just got better range. First up for comparison, here is the new Mando with my custom. As you can see, he is leaps and bounds ahead of the old one. He's a little bit shorter, a little bit bulkier, but that's fair because he's wearing a bunch of armor. I do have my custom head sculpt under this one, which is probably how he will be displayed now because this helmet just sucks. It's terrible. But that was my main Mando until we got the replacement, and I don't see Mando taking his helmet off again anyway. So the new Mando is definitely an upgrade and definitely my ideal version of the figure. Sucks that Hasbro made it, but it is what it is, y'all. Here he is with Grogu and my Season 1 Mando with the Beskar armor without the new thigh plate and all that stuff. Not a terrible figure, but still has the same scaling issue with the helmet and all that stuff. A little too undersized, a little too tall. Here he is with Bo-Katan and Koska Reeve. Gosh, they look great together. Finally, almost completely properly scaled figures with the helmets and all that stuff. They look how they should. I'm hoping we get that updated Bo-Katan with the new head sculpt and the Beskar, what is it called? Why do I always forget? The Mythosaur shoulder piece on her. That would be cool. I'm sure Hasbro will do it. It's so easy for them to do. Here he is with Axe Woves and Paz Vizsla. You can see I love me some Mandos. I like Mandalorians more than Jedi because there's just so much more coolness to them. They all wear armor. They're all kind of stoic and mysterious. It's cool. Jedi are cool, but Mandos are where it's at, in my opinion. Here he is with Boba Fett and the armor. It was so great to have them team up in season 2 of Mandalorian before they ruined Boba Fett with the Book of Boba Fett. I really don't like that show. They did a character assassination on Boba, in my opinion, in that show. Do not turn a bad guy or a guy with shaky alliances into a good guy and a goofy good guy at that. That's just stupid. Like, the best part of Book of Boba Fett was the guy in the middle, Mando. When he showed up in the last 2 episodes of the show, we were all like, yes, this is what we want. We want more Mando. And lastly, for Black Series comparison, here he is with Chrysanthemum and a Stormtrooper. So you can see he fits right in with the rest of the Black Series. For Adventure Series, here he is with Indy and Marion. Who knows? It's a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, and they can cross paths. You never know. Here he is with our Fighting Spirit Green Ranger from Power Rangers Dino Thunder, and our Lightning Collection as well, and our martial artist Sakat from Fwoosh Toys. Here he is with G.I. Joe Classified Series Duke and our Jaded Toys Dracula. Here he is with some SHF. We've got Harley Quinn and Ultraman. And lastly, for comparison, we have some Mafex with Harley Quinn and some Mattel with the Joker from The Dark Knight. So with all of that being said, y'all, you already know how I feel. This is the best Mando that we've gotten, hands down, any release. I don't have the Mafex or the SH figure arts, but I know just by looking at it. I'm not saying the articulation is the best, but the scaling, the proportions, all that stuff is essentially perfect on here. It took them about 4 years to get it right, so that's kind of crazy, but at least we have him now, right? If you guys agree with me, if you disagree with me, whatever, if you liked the video, hit the like button down below, subscribe if you're not subscribed, check out my Patreon, If you want to see my videos early, they upload as soon as I finish editing and filming, which is to say not when they go up on YouTube, because I have videos that I filmed a month ago that are scheduled. Just how it works. You got to keep the content coming. So yeah, do all that stuff. Comment down below. Let me know if you're excited for this figure, if you have this figure, if you think it could be improved. I don't. I know they're going to give him a new look for the new season. He's got new weapons and all that stuff at the end of season 3, but it doesn't matter. This is still the perfect man to me. They'll just keep using this buck in the future, so that's all good. And yeah, I love you. I will see you next time, and bye-bye.